Alright, what's going on? I know there's a lot of you guys out there that still can't superglide and are still desperately trying to learn. And this is just a guide for those who might still be having trouble with it. And I'll give like 3 to 4 different ways on how you can learn and master supergliding. Alright, so basically, just gonna want to start by going up to any object that you can climb. I recommend starting with a smaller one, so you don't have to climb this long. Okay, so essentially, all a superglide is pressing crouch and jump together at the same time when you get to the top of a climb.
Let's explore this way.
So if I were to climb this and press them both in together, you'll get a superglide like that. The problem is, the reason, if you were to just go into the range and try that, and it doesn't work, and it doesn't like that, or maybe even something like this, is because the timing. The timing on a superglide is much harder on PC, and is a lot easier in console, because on console you have 1 out of 60 frames to hit it, and let's say you're on PC and you have 240 frames, you have 1 out of 240 frames to hit it. So this is mainly for console, but it works for both. It'll just be a lot easier if you're playing on a console. Okay, so the first way you can learn is simply by the back and forth strategy, which is where you're gonna climb an object and hit crouch and jump together like this at the same time when you get to the top of a climb. And if you do something like this, like that, where you kind of just do a weird jump thingy and you don't really get the boost, that's because you're doing it too late. Now, if you get something like this, where you kind of just crouch on the top of an object, that's because you were doing it way too early. So you kind of need to find the perfect in-between, where this is way too late, this, and this is way too early. So if you can keep going back and forth, eventually you'll narrow it down so small where you get it down, and you'll start hitting superglides. Also, whenever you're supergliding, you want to make sure you're holding forwards or any other direction besides backwards. So you can do a sideways input or any really input besides pure backwards. But there is a way to backwards superglide, it's just a lot harder, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So that's the first strat. The second way to learn is by watching the top of your screen. As you can see, whenever you climb something, your screen bobs. So watch the top of my screen. It bobs up and down. So the time you want to hit the crouch and jump is right when the nod goes back to its original position. If that makes sense. So you watch the screen knob. It goes up or down, then up, and a tiny bit down. You want to hit it right when it goes back to normal. So that's one way that'll work for some people. But I think the easiest way to learn is the back and forth.
Let's go this way.
The final method is to learn the baby version of supergliding first, which is this. It's very easy. All you do is right when you get to the top of your climb, you do a slide like that. And all you're going to do is do that and then just add in a jump at the same time. So those are the 3 main ways to learn supergliding. You can try them all out, see what works for you. And a good way to practice is just running around the range with your friends and supergliding like this. Or whenever you're in a pub, like whenever you're in like a public match, everything you see that you can climb, just go for it. If you mess it up, it doesn't matter. I recommend just doing it when you're not in a fight yet. So like if you're just running around the map, you're not in a fight, just try and practice your supergliding. It'll help you improve over time and help you with that muscle memory. So then when you're in a fight, then it'll kind of feel natural to just hit a superglide. So those are the 3 main ways. And if you can't superglide, you always can just use the slide thing instead. It still gives you a boost, it's just not as good. So the way you backwards superglide is you're going to walk up to an object.
Something good this way.
I'm going to use this. and you have to come in from an angle. You can't just go straight on it and then go backwards like that. You have to come in from an angle. You're gonna climb the object, and once you're here, you're then gonna turn so you're facing where the object's facing, so you're aligned with it, kind of with your camera, and then you're gonna super glide to the side. When you do it fast, it'll look like a backwards. So if I can hit one right now, like that, that's a backwards. And you can also do it without turning as much, like that. So that's how you backwards super glide. It's not really backwards, but it looks like it. And yeah, that's basically it. If you still need help, um, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Let me know your username. I can add you and I can help you out in the firing range. If you do enjoy or if this does help you and you want to see some other movement guides, I'll be uploading all console movement tech guides to my channel. Go ahead and sub because I want your subs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If this helped you, leave a like, comment, subscribe. See ya.